Sawadee I'm doing take 2 here. I was in the middle of doing the video and the brainless wonder walks up with a guy to get quotes on taking shit down. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, let's stay positive, shall we? February the 25th. The greatest cure known for loneliness, discouragement, and discontentment is work that produces a healthy sweat. Amen, brother. Who doesn't like to sweat? I do. I sweat often. And I don't know what the difference between a healthy sweat and an unhealthy sweat is, but I sweat, that's for sure, especially here in Thailand. Emotions are sometimes strange, volatile, and unpredictable. They do not always respond to logic and reason. They do, however, respond to action. If you have occasional feelings of loneliness, discouragement, or discontentment, the best way to kill such negative emotions is to work them to death. Almost nothing is as bad as it first seems, and there's nothing like a hard day's work to put everything in proper perspective. When you begin to feel negative emotions, dwelling on your misfortunes only makes you feel worse. That's true. You can't get inside yourself and let it overcome you and overwhelm you. I agree 1,000% on that. Do your best to put them out of your mind and think about more positive, constructive things. Physical labor can help. Choose a task that doesn't require a great deal of concentration, and then focus on accomplishing the task at hand. Bury yourself in your work. If nothing else, you'll be distracted from the things that are bothering you. So, yeah, I mean, I'll go along with that. What's funny is just before I read the book today and did this video, I was looking on Facebook. You know, I keep up on what's going on with people back in the States through Fuckbook, Mr. Fuckerberg, who has a lot of issues and problems. And they were talking about the left, the radical, well, they don't call them radical left anymore, now they're just the left. The left is skewering, for lack of a better word, or attacking Dolly Parton because she teamed up with a website builder for the Super Bowl commercial and changed her famous song, Working 9 to 5, trying to make a living, to 5 to 9. And the left has all got their little girly panties, and I mean men, have their girly panties up in a bunch because they're like glorifying working 2 to 3 jobs and working 12 hours a day is wrong, and the big, bad, nasty capitalist pig employers should just give us all money for a little bit of work and blah, 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 blah. You know, Dolly Partons. And it's like, give me a fucking break. Number one, it's a goddamn commercial, right? And Dolly's not like, I stand for this. You know, she's a fucking singer, okay, doing a commercial. That's number one. Number two, the idea behind the commercial is you can break free of your monotonous drone job where you're trapped in a fucking cubicle jungle, right? In an office 9 to 5, making somebody else rich. And you can be your own boss and you can make yourself rich. And you know, it was an excellent article, FEE.org or something. DL put it out, and he's a libertarian, so it's probably a libertarian thing. But you know, on this thing, I fucking agree 1,500% because it's true. The power for anybody to start a business with very little capital, if any at all, you know, and you can start a business, and you've been able to do this for 20 years now, if not more. You can start a business with just an idea, just a thought in your head, you know, something to fill a niche. Drop shipping, you know, you're not doing anything with drop shipping business. It's an idea. You come up with an idea for a product, you find it manufactured cheap somewhere, you drop ship it to the consumer, and you make money. God bless America. Like, that's the best fucking thing ever for everybody. And they had some good numbers in there, and of course my mind is marshmallow, so I forgot, but it was like the average, you know, side hustle. They call them gig workers. I wasn't familiar with that term. What I keep calling side hustles. Apparently society has moved on once again, and I'm lacking behind. It's called gig work now. When you do, you know, Uber, that's gig work instead of 9 to 5. And I love Uber. I use Grab here in Thailand all the time. Before I had a car with her, not my car. And you know, it's entrepreneurs. It's entrepreneur. One of my best buddies here in Thailand was a Grab driver I met the first time I came to Thailand, the 3 weeks back in 2019. So he's a great guy. He's an entrepreneur. He's a chef. He wants to own his own restaurant. That's what it's all about, guys. That Jerry Kung is his name, K-U-N-G, and Jerry is what it's all about. He could have his own business because he had a car, you know. And what's weird is the left that are attacking, you know, Parton, who like that's like attacking the Aunt Jemima bottles, you know, for racism. Yeah, racism's bad. What the fuck does Aunt Jemima have to do with racism? It's stupid. It's just fucking ridiculous. The left is crazier and crazier and crazier and radical, more radical all the time. And people are going along with it. Just, yeah, that's bad. Yeah, Dolly's bad. No, Dolly's not fucking bad. And more importantly, the idea that she was repping in that song is not bad. They don't get it. The left does not get it. And to me, what's scary is, let's say they get their way. Let's say they shut down the gig economy, the gig workers, right? Like, first of all, why would you want to do that? Well, control. Because if you shut down the gig economy and make everybody work for the man, allegedly at $15 an hour, that's the carrot they've been dangling, but it hasn't happened yet. So if everybody goes to work for the man, it's much easier for the man to control everybody. When you've got 50% of the workers doing side gigs, you can't control that. It's free. It's free rent, free economy. And that's all we want. That's all people want, especially entrepreneurs, is to be free. And that's all they want, is us not to be free. So to me, it speaks volumes as to the goals, you know, and these leftist journalists, NBC News, you know, op-ed pieces, and some guy wrote for, well, once again, I just read the friggin' article 5 minutes ago, and I don't remember what rag dude wrote for, but he's a leftist-leaning dude. And he's like, oh, that's disgusting. You shouldn't have to work 3 jobs to make a living. That's right. You shouldn't have to work 3 jobs to make a living. That's got nothing to do with Dolly Partons. It's got nothing to do with that song, which is, once again, is a song of empowerment, a message of you can be your own boss if you've got the balls and the grind, you know, the hustle. So they couldn't be more wrong. And it really, their message, I'm trying to look at it from the other side. I'm trying to come over here to this side of the screen and say, okay, why would they want that? Why would they want to kill entrepreneurs, small businesses, right? Nothing good can come of that. It looks clearly like the powers that be, and that's the rich, very rich, left-leaning people who control the media, who own the media and send the message out, and have made a culture. You know, they call it cancel culture a lot. They've made this culture of, you know, attacking things they don't like. And a lot of people are just sort of absorb that stuff and spit it back out. Some of my friends, and soon to be former friends, if they keep it up, because it's ridiculous. I don't understand that mindset. It's much better to be a video, okay, all right. Am I allowed to make a video? Anyway, yes, yay, Dolly Parton, you're my fucking hero. She's a sweet lady. She gives millions to charity. She's a sweetheart by all accounts. I'm not a fan. I'm not a country music fan. I don't listen to her music, but everything I know about Dolly, she's a frigging sweetheart. And for them to attack her just shows you that they're nothing more than a pack of vicious fucking street dogs. You know, there's street dogs all over, soy dogs, they call them, all over Thailand, and they roam in packs at night, you know, and they get strength in the pack. That's the leftist media. They're disgusting. They should be put down, like street dogs, in my opinion, because they're fucking worthless. And this is just the latest attack. And I think it was about Hitler and the Nazis or whatever, where somebody wrote once, okay, that's fine, we're all attacking the evil Jews, right? Because that's the message they put out, is the Jews are bad, the Jews are evil, the Jews are ruining our country, blah, blah, blah. So they attacked the Jews, and then one person wrote, what happens when they come for us? What happens when they come for me? Well, yeah. So Dolly Parton's on the list. At first it was Trump, you know, and it was Aunt Jemima, it was Confederate statues, it was this, it was that. You know, Joe Biden's got ties to Senator Robert Byrd, who was a member of the KKK. Quiet, shut up. Don't fucking talk about that, because Biden good. Because Biden is left. Is he really left? No. Biden's a puppet who will take money from whatever side. He's a mercenary. He's a political mercenary. So he had ties to Robert Byrd, and so does Hillary Clinton, right? There's pictures of them. You know, I mean, they were close. No, it was his mentor. And so he's fucking KKK. You don't get more racist than that. But no. Orange man bad. Orange man's the enemy. And what was Orange man for? Capitalism. All right? Empowering people. The gig economy, to me, has really blossomed in the last 4 years, including my own. That's what allowed me to come to Thailand. So it's interesting. I like to look at what a group of people hate, and my mind is like, why? Why do they hate that? Why do they want to tear that down? Why do they want to destroy that? And it's really interesting that they've lifted up their skirt, and it's nasty under there. It's smelly and dirty and hairy and put that down, because I can see. I see you. I see you, left. I see what you're up to. And what's funny is a lot of people identify as Democrats and Democratic Party, you know, because Orange man bad, they can get behind that. It's a group effort, and they're being like lumped in with the left. And if they really understood what that was all about, I don't think they'd be for that, because several of my friends who voted Democrat, you know, voted Orange man out, and they're still dancing in the streets over that. If you ask them, are you against side hustles and gig jobs, they'd say no, not at all. In fact, some of them are very entrepreneurial. So it's interesting how they've kind of been pulled over this way, and really I think they're more like me, in the center. They're not far right, they're not far left, they're not extremist, they're not radical left, they're not radical right. They're centrist, but you know, they'll hold up signs that say Orange man must go. He said grab him by the pussy, he's got to go. Okay. It doesn't, fuck, I'm sure I've said that many times in many different contexts. I've never done it, of course. I'm polite, whatever, but anyway, we're going off on tangents, but just, yeah, that paragraph brought immediately to mind the side hustle argument and how the left is trying to kill it, and that makes me very suspicious of the left and their motivation to try to kill side hustle, because I see nothing but good things coming from gig work or side hustle. Yeah, I'm 1,000% against criticizing Dolly for a song about being your own boss. The opportunity to be your own boss, because here's the thing. I've said several times during this past, whatever it's been, 270 days, 9 months, I've been reading this book. If you don't want to be an entrepreneur, no problem. Don't. You're not watching this video. You're not tuning into the channel. You're not subscribing to an entrepreneurial blog, because you're good being 9 to 5. And how many times have I said, if you're different than me, you're good. Go work 9 to 5. Nobody's stopping you. You want higher wages? Okay, campaign for higher wages. Work hard, like he says in the book, and impress your boss, and dress for success, and do all that. I have zero problem with that. It's not for me, but I'm okay with you doing you. What should have you scratching your head or just like resisting being pulled in that direction is, why do they have a problem with the way we want to live? What's wrong with us not wanting that corporate handout, being on corporate welfare, if you will, right? Not everybody has to be on welfare. Oh, yes, I do. Why? Why has everybody got to be on welfare, either government or corporate? Why? What's your end game? What's your goal? Why do you want a welfare state and economy? Control, maybe? I don't know, but all I know is I don't want to be part of a welfare economy, whether it's corporate or government, either way. I've never taken a penny in food stamps or welfare in my life, and I never will. That's just me. So you do you, and have your 9 to 5 job, be part of it, suck on the corporate tit or the government tit. I'll do me and make my own way. I'm okay with you doing what you want to do. Why are you not okay with me doing what I want to do? Right? So, all right, 14 minutes in. Yes, another way overextended, too long positive action plan.